episode of Outside Every Day with Soriel is brought to you by the Logos Public Charter Schools Community Garden Program. We are on our 7th edition of the Garden Gazette, and this episode today is going to be about a vegetable, but I'm going to give you some clues first so you can try to guess which vegetable we are going to be learning about today. So this vegetable was originated in Peru, and it's now the most important non-cereal crop grown in the world. It is the second most popular crop grown in the U.S. behind dairy products, and it's considered to be a staple crop for people all over the world. It is grown in every state in the U.S. and was even grown in space. And you can grow it too. Can you guess what we're going to be talking about today? You guessed it, potatoes! So we're going to teach you today how to grow potatoes and also how you can turn a potato into an art project. But first, let's head out to the garden so I can teach you how to plant them. Where we're going to plant our potatoes and how we're going to plant them, you first need to know a little bit about the plant. So potatoes are part of the Solanaceae family, which includes all nightshades, eggplant, potatoes, peppers, and tomatoes. In order to avoid soil-borne illnesses in your garden, make sure to not plant your potatoes in an area that has previously been planted with tomatoes, peppers, or eggplants. Though potatoes are grown underground, the part that you eat is not actually a root, like a beet or a carrot. It's actually a tuber, which is a thickened underground stem, kind of like a rhizome. It grows by sending out other underground stems, which then send up a shoot to the sky, and then they create leaves from that. Each of its many eyes, I'm sure you've seen the eyes of a potato before, have the possibility of growing a new stem on them. So if you plant a partial potato in the ground, you will then create the possibility for other shoots to come out and then other potatoes to sprout from that. This is what a potato plant actually looks like underground. You can kind of see all those little shoots and the tubers developing on the end of those shoots. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut up your potato so that there's at least 2 eyes per section. So you can see actually in this part of the potato there's many eyes. There's a spot here, 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 and here. So I'm just going to actually cut off this part here. And then I'm going to cut off this part here. And then I'm going to let these 3 eyes do their job on that side. So after you cut up your potatoes, you're going to want to let the surfaces dry so that it prevents any sort of decay in the soil. When you plant them, and I'll show you in a second how to do that, you're going to plant them about 4 inches deep in soil, about 9 to 12 inches apart. As the plants grow, you'll gradually put more and more soil on top of the potatoes, so that you can allow the plant to grow vertically, and then you'll create more habitat for the potato rhizomes to shoot off the side. As far as harvesting, you're going to harvest them 2 to 3 weeks after the foliage, which is the leaves that come out on the top, after that foliage dies back. And you'll see that it will turn yellow or brown, and just wait 2 to 3 weeks to harvest your potatoes after that. Your various planting strategies will mean that you can harvest differently. If you plant your potatoes in a pot, you can just simply turn the pot upside down and your potatoes will come out onto your surface. Same with a bag. If you plant them in a garden bed, you'll need to dig them out in order to find all the potatoes. So according to the Oregon Tilth planting and harvesting calendar, let me find potatoes. It should take 70 to 120 days to harvest your potatoes. So that's a little over 2 months up until 4 months. You can plant them anywhere from March to May and expect harvest anywhere from June to September. Materials for this activity are pretty simple. All you need are potatoes. You can actually buy potatoes directly from your grocery store, just make sure they're organic. Or you can buy seed potatoes from your local gardening store to completely avoid disease. A small knife to cut up your potato, and some sort of container to put your potatoes in. You could have a just grocery store bag if you don't really want to produce very many potatoes. You could do a pot, like this plastic pot here, or you could even just plant them directly in your garden. Some other options for planting potatoes also include wire mesh or some other sort of vertical gardening system. And of course, you're going to need soil for your potatoes to grow in. Out of a potato, but that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make a stamp out of a half of a potato. So if you cut your potato in half, you'll see a circle, and we're going to show you step by step how to do this. But in essence, you're going to be creating a pretty simple design, and then you're going to be carving out what you don't want to be stamped. So you need to think ahead about what you're going to carve out. With this awesome cactus, I actually want the cactus to be what stands out of my stamp. So when I'm carving, I'm going to carve out everything outside the cactus. So what I'm left with is my awesome cactus image. So that is what is going to be colored when I apply paint to it. However, you can also do it a different way. You can carve out your image. So if I carve this out, if I carve my star out, what will be left to put paint on is these little sections. So you'll see that that's going to be painted and this part is going to be white. All right, so what you need for this project are your potatoes that you're going to be carving. Paper clips are actually going to be the carving device. We'll show you how to do that. You'll need a paintbrush and some paint to do your stamping. You can have a small piece of paper that you're going to use to draft your design. You'll have a bigger piece of paper to actually put your stamp on, and a pencil to draft your design. All right, everybody, I've got some special guests to introduce to you today who are going to be joining me on this art project. I'll let them speak for themselves.
Hello, I'm Miss Ray, and I'm the science squad teacher here at Logos.
And I'm Miss Emily, and I do the events and field trips.
So we're going to show you step by step how to do this project, and you can join us while we do it. Diversity of art that we were able to create with just a potato and some paint. How cool is that? So if you do this project, please send us your art. I would love to see what you create, and we'll post it on our Logos Facebook page. And stay tuned for tomorrow's Outside Everyday episode, which is about interviewing nature. And of course, if you like this video, share it with people that you know and spread the word about potatoes.